going on, ladies and gentlemen? Today is May 5th, 2021. It's episode 7, Dry Humpin. Thank you for joining me. Last night was my nephew's first birthday. Happy birthday, baby Cinco. To celebrate, he and I went shot for shot on Zoom. That kid could drink. So, just like back when you were in school and the teacher was a little out of it, we're going to have movie day today here on Dry Humpin'. Check this out. I want everyone to pay attention. This is a 6-minute video, completely fascinating. I have the pleasure of having people on both sides of the aisle who rock with this podcast, rock with what I'm doing. And I want us to come together and have some discussion about this video in the comment section. So please, let's discuss below. This is episode 7, titled What the Fuck America? WTF America for short. And I think this video is going to explain that title. We'll discuss it when it's over. Let's get into it. Let's enjoy. Play that funky beat, black boy.
If healthcare is a constitutional right, then
that's a form of communism because no country could afford those payments without seizing the assets of everybody else.
What? Welcome to Finland!
Oh!
Dudes, what's going on? Oh my god!
It's making me so mad.
I mean, come on, guys. It's not that hard. Look around the world. Everyone else seems to have figured it out, right? Imagine you're in America. Which of these options would be best for you?
That's a lot to think about.
What is it? An OOP max?
I guess with what I got here, I would go with Plan D because the deductible is 0.
Okay, there's more.
Gold, HMO, PPO, HMO.
And what are copays? I don't get... That's like if you pay for Spotify Premium and Spotify still makes you pay every time you listen to a song.
It's too complicated.
I'm lost. I'm so lost.
In Canada, I don't have to really think about the different plans that I could pick from.
You just pay one amount per month and all the major treatments are covered.
At least 70% of our medical expenses are always covered.
Uninsured, unable to afford treatment for a tooth infection that keeps flaring up. Cook Emma Rittner lost her job in March.
I did manage to get antibiotics from a friend whose mom regularly goes down to Mexico, and I've been taking that, self-medicating, based off of Dr. Google's advice.
Dr. Google's advice.
Here in Japan, even if you lose a job, you would never lose your health insurance.
When you lose your job, that's when society should help you.
I've chosen a creative job and had the backing of a healthcare system. But if you don't have that, do you pick the safe job or do you pick the creative job?
The average price per unit for insulin in 2018.
Germany, $11.
Canada's $12. Wow. It's like 8 times the price of insulin in Canada. I guess that explains why Americans come up to Canada to buy medication.
I'm sorry, hold on. So the FDA doesn't have any authority over the prices?
We have also privatized health insurance companies in Germany, but the prices are regulated by the government.
The government negotiates the prices and fixes that price for 2 years.
In Singapore, they regulate this stuff to keep the prices down and, avoid like this happening.
Right, so I'm looking at an American medical bill.
Why is it so expensive?
$428,000 for rooms and such empty spaces.
What?
Much cheaper to go Hilton Hotel than this one.
Skin to skin after a C-section is $39.
I had to pay $39.35 to hold my baby after he was born. You need to pay money to hold a baby?
My brother Jamie, who's in a lot of our videos, was pretty badly injured. He's going to lose a couple fingers. If you can give $1 or if you can give $5, every little bit will help him and his family.
That's heartbreaking.
GoFundMe should not be something that people have to resort to pay for their medical bills.
So in America, people spend more than twice as much as in Japan for healthcare.
You know, if I paid twice the amount for a car, I would want the car to be twice as good.
So what's the life expectancy in the US?
Why is it less?
The US should be on top of both of those lists. Like, if you're charging your citizens that much money, then they better be living the longest lives. It doesn't make sense.
When Alec turned 26, he was no longer allowed on his mother's insurance plan. Instead, he decided to pay for his insulin over the counter at list price. But the pharmacist told him a month's supply would be $1,300. He left empty-handed. Alec's official cause of death was diabetic ketoacidosis.
A couple of years ago, I developed a heart condition, and I had to have my heart restarted 3 times. After the 3rd time I had it restarted, the doctor suggested I get heart surgery.
When I was 13, I started to get sick and really, really sick. I was then very quickly admitted into hospital, where after 3 weeks I had treatment for a brain virus.
The cost of the operation, I think, is about $60,000. And then the next day, when I left the hospital and I got my bill, it was a bill for parking. It was about $30.
And was treated by royal doctors, had several MRIs, lumbar punctures, all for free.
So I was pretty happy that I lived in Canada and had universal health care.
I couldn't have survived if I was in America.
To know that I can get sick, I can get injured, but I will still be taken care of. That is freedom. This is not freedom.
All right. There you have it. What the fuck, America? We've had plenty of governments, plenty of different administrations since I've been an adult. And universal health care has always been a talking point. It's time for it to be much more than that. It's time for it to be bigger than a talking point, and it's time for it to be an actionable action. And it's time to see some action behind it. It's time to get it beyond just something that people use to get voted in office, or something that people use to rally against to prove that government is trying to get too big. Government doesn't have to be huge to have universal health care, and we don't have to take away from everyone to achieve it. Every other wealthy nation in the world has it except us. And it's because without it, people get to prey on people being sick. It pays to keep people sick in this country. Why is that? It should pay to keep people alive, because people alive can spend money. We spend a whole bunch of money in this country on bombs, bullets, drones, fighter jets, and defense contracts, and a whole bunch of other stuff. But we spend a whole bunch of money on defense. And maybe we should take some of that money and spend it on the citizens. I'm not going to get into too much today. There's a whole lot more of the discussion to be had around this. That video is fascinating. That touches into one of the things that the government could do better. We still can talk about universal child care. We still can talk about better infrastructure. There's a whole bunch of things that the government could be doing with the money than spending it the way that they're spending it and having people still sick and dying, or having one medical tragedy run people into bankruptcy. Again, tell me what you thought about that video in the comments. Please, let me know what you thought about it. How did it make you feel seeing that? that other countries could go have life-changing, life-saving surgery and only have to pay for parking. But here in America, we're being charged over almost $500,000 to stay in a hospital bed. How did you feel watching that? Thank you for tuning in. We'll be back next week. This has been Dry Humpin'. I've been Sean. It's been real. This has been therapeutic and all that jazz. Cinco. Next year, I'm winning the shot contest. Y'all have fun.